Integral PRIME 2025. I've been coming here for probably the last 10 years, and I get the opportunity to speak to you this morning. It is the kickoff session, so thank you for coming early. I know a lot of people get here a little bit later, but we're going to talk a little bit about shared storage this morning. My name is Shane Rodburn. I'm the CEO of Facilis Technology. So shared storage isn't the sexy piece of the workflow necessarily, but it's really an important piece of it, as you all know. So we'll talk a little bit about what Facilis is doing these days, collaboration, things of that nature. So just a little background, Facilis has been in business since 2003, about 22 years. Mostly industry veterans with decades of experience in production, in television, in broadcast, post-production. We offer turnkey solutions. We don't just give you the software that you have to marry with your own hardware. We provide the entire solution. We do partner with many third parties, but we test the solution together so you have a reliable system that you can implement at your facility. The big thing that we focus on is simplicity. Facilis means easy to use in Latin, so we hide a lot of the complexity under the covers. So Facilis really has stayed true to that philosophy that simplicity and ease of use is a key to our success. Our focus is providing solid, reliable shared storage. At the end of the day, that's what everyone needs. You don't want your system going down. You want it available all the time. You want to be able to connect editorial clients, do whatever you need to do, and that shared storage is always there for you. We provide the workflow tools. Remote access has been extremely important for us, even before the pandemic. A lot of people working remotely, so we will talk a little bit about remote access. And then backup and archive. I tell people, you still want to back up and archive your material. Our system is going to be rock solid for you, but it is important if you're going to monetize that content later, if you're going to need it later, if you're going to have to reference it, we should have backup and archive capabilities that we offer, and we partner with other third parties, as I mentioned. So Facilis works with a lot of different industries, so we serve thousands of customers worldwide. We're a global company. We have over 100 resellers, of which DVG is one of our premier resellers. Over 100 resellers and distributors worldwide, serving post-production, broadcast, education, corporate, advertising, house of worship, government, of course, sports and live events, and animation and VFX workflows, just to name a few. So these are just some of the companies that we serve today and that we've had in our past, and we appreciate all of our customers that have stayed with us and continue to invest in Facilis. Stop by our booth when you go to the show today. We have new brochures. You can get a QR code, talk about the new features that we have. I want to talk a little bit about the entire ecosystem though today. So what makes us different than all the other competitive solutions out there? One thing is our virtual drive set. We offer more tolerance to hard drive degradation, number one. You can have different levels of RAID protection on a per volume basis. You can set up volumes, which are individual file systems that have RAID 5, RAID 6, RAID 6.2, RAID 6.3, RAID 6.4. It really is very independent of each other, and you can do it however you need to. So we're one of those few systems that offer that level of RAID protection on the volume basis. We offer read-write I/O balance customization on a per drive and performance basis. Our shared file system is really one of the differentiators that we like to talk about. We're not just a NAS, we're not just using CIFS or SMB. We have our own shared file system protocol. It allows us to optimize the performance. We have bandwidth prioritization on a per workstation basis, so you can set certain workstations to have priority. We are still one of the few systems out there that offers fiber channel and Ethernet. You can combine them. You can have a couple clients that are on 32 or 64 gig fiber channel, and you can have a bunch of gig-y clients, and then maybe 10 gig-y for a couple editorial clients, and then some people can be connected remotely over the wide area network. So we really are one of the few companies that allow that hybrid workflow where you can have different types of connectivity. And there is failover if you, let's say, have 10 gig clients and the switch were to go down, you can have them set up to have wireless or gigabit Ethernet. Now, of course, the performance is going to be slightly less, but they'll be able to continue to work. So it will just fail over to the secondary connectivity method. So that's really the shared file system. We do have smart access rules that we implemented about a year ago or a little bit longer than that. And it's really kind of a geeky thing that not necessarily people talk about, but it allows you to have more granular access to the files and folders. You can do things like no delete restrictions by file type. You can say, hey, this project file type, you can't delete those. And you can do that on a user, you can do it on a group. You can set up recycle bin, audit features, and you can have secure ingest workflows where you can have something ingested into a folder, and then the file is no longer accessible from anyone, except for an admin, of course. Object Cloud and LTO is our backup and archive method. It's basically a volume structure that will allow you to drag and drop and do backup and restore. And that's connected either to the cloud or to LTO or both. And we do sell a turnkey option where we bundle Wasabi Cloud storage and also with QualStar LTOs. So that's our Object LTO. A lot of people don't even know about our asset management solution. It's called Fast Tracker. It allows you to do basic asset tracking, searching, indexing, cataloging within the Facilis. You can see files anywhere on your network, not just your Facilis files, and you can, as long as you can point to them, you can index those files. You can now do proxy generation. You can, we've added automation, so you can do file movement. And in the recent version that will be out shortly, we will have Google Auto AI, auto tagging, and on-premise transcription. So we've added the AI component. You have to have your own Google account, but we do have an API that allows us to take advantage of that. WAN Link is our remote access functionality. You can do a lot of methods to connect remotely to the Facilis system. A lot of people are just doing RDP things that they can connect to. They have their own VPN. But we introduced something called WAN Link about 2 years ago, which allows you to connect without a VPN directly to the Facilis solution with the same user account and access control. You don't have to set up all these other different permission levels. So it's encrypted. You have to authorize the particular workstation you're on. You can be in an airport, you can be on a train, plane, automobile, wherever you are, and you can access your Facilis system. But it is very secure, and you have multi-factor authentication, which is required. Fast Cache is new last year, and then we've just implemented some new features. Basically, Fast Cache is partial file caching to disk. It's on the client level. It's secure. It's an obfuscated data set. Basically, you have an NVMe drive that you have on your client workstation, and you're caching part of the files, which allow you to have better performance over the wide area network. So instead of doing it on the server side, there's always some caching on the server using memory and other algorithms. But on the client side, we found that this really improves performance by using NVMe drives on the client side. Some of the new console features, I'll just show you, we don't have a demo here because my laptop's not connected to this, but the management console is a very simple interface that allows you to mount volumes, access anything remotely, set up your remote access. We also have an admin console as well that's secure from any desktop. You can access it. And one of the features that we've really found to be beneficial is that you can have mismatched versions. Sometimes with other applications, you have to have the same version or things don't connect. But with our software, we're allowing people to have mismatched versions on the server and the client desktops. So that's the management console. A little bit about access controls we talked about just briefly earlier. So security has been a big thing for us. We have a lot of government customers, a lot of corporate that have strict IT policies. So we do have the ability to do more granular access control. And it's not like your standard network protocols where you have ACLs. We can do certain things with these smart access rules that ACLs don't allow you to do, which are access control lists. So as I said before, you can get very granular down to the file, and right on the volume file folder type, you can secure your files with different mechanisms and do auditing and all types of different things with our smart access rules. And that's really something we've continued to improve on over the last several years, and will continue to do so. So you can be secure knowing that your content is very safe. And 8.3 does have new features for that. Remote access, as we talked about WAN Link, you can import, play, render, encrypt, authorize, control. Your entire facility is at your fingertips remotely now. So there's really no reason you can't access the system remotely. You can be secure. You can authorize these client workstations anywhere. I can play back material from different countries. I'm playing, if you come by the booth, I can show you I'm connected to San Francisco Bay Area location. We have a system at a colo. I'm connected to a Boston, and I'm connected directly to a small computer next to you, and I can play back assets from all of those in a single timeline. I can combine those and access different types of files. Quick question?
Are you using like Tailscale or ZeroTier for that?
No, this is our own encryption algorithm that we're connecting over the WAN. So we don't have any third-party tools that we're relying on for that. But you don't need to have a VPN. It's just establishing a connection point and creating encryption, and then you have to also authorize it on the workstation level. So just to further talk about WAN link, with NAS, SMB, NFS, your workstation has to be a member of the network through a VPN or some other mechanism. With us, you don't have to be on the network at all. You can connect from anywhere in the world. So we can show you that at the booth if you'd like to see that later. And fast cache, just to get it in a little bit more, it is client-side NVMe caching. The one thing I didn't mention before is we've seen people see tremendous benefits actually on the local area network. So let's say you have a limitation of gigabit clients, or you have some wireless clients. If they're using NVMe caching on the client side, they're able to play back higher resolution files because it's caching partial file at the beginning. So you can use our preloader application, and you can cache the files, and then you can play back in your timeline the high-res material, even though you have a lower connection on your local area network. So this is just an example of a topology where you have some 10 gig clients connected, 1 gig, you have internet, and then you have people connecting, all using fast cache at once. It really is invisible. It works at a very low level, and you don't need any real setup to get it started. You just have to set up remote access on the admin console. It is non-volatile. Once the data is cached, it is persistent through reboots, and it is partial files, so it's not synchronizing back to the server. We're not copying files locally. You're just reading the files into memory. So there's a couple different workflows fast cache takes advantage of. You can pre-cache before you start working. Sorry, I'll go back to that. You can start working with the cache on the fly, and that will allow you to use the, you don't have to use the preloader. Or you can cache at work and then take it home. So if you have a project that you're going to work on at night, you can do our preloader tool, and you can set up the cache and then take your laptop home, connect to the same, using the same user account, same volumes that you have in the facility, and you can continue working on that project. So this is just an example of where we're reading the data on the cache and the file system, and that's basically how we're doing it in memory on the NVMe drive. So this is an example of having a full fast cache workflow that we've deployed at a few customers. This has 64 gig fiber channel DaVinci clients. We have 100 gig connectivity to some Macs, 25 gig out to a switch, then goes to 10 gig, and then we have internet clients that are connecting over WAN link. Fast Tracker, as I mentioned before, is our asset management solution. We do a lot of different things with Fast Tracker. It started out really as a window into your Facilis, but now it allows you to do many other things, as I mentioned before. It's just a tool set that allows you to see all your assets and do your customization, your auto tagging, and this is how you would start your archive tracking and cloud to LTO as well. So you can see offline assets as well as your online. 3.8.1 is the latest shipping version of Fast Tracker. And 3.8.2 is where we're adding the Fast Tracker AI solution with enhanced AI image tagging, multi-language on-prem transcription, model training. So we're offering the ability we will work with you to do the training of the model so you can see things like logos, specific buildings, speakers, facial recognition. we will work with you on setting that up, and you can go through your entire database and train the model, the algorithm, in advance. We're doing proxy custom watermarking and additional resolve workflow integration as well in 3.8.2. So Object Cloud and LTO, as I mentioned, is important to have backup and archive. So we bundle with Wasabi, but we also work with any S3 bucket, Azure, Live Cloud, anything Backblaze. We will work with all those solutions. We partner with Zendata on that part of the business, but we do bundle Wasabi and Qualstar LTO in with our solution if you want a turnkey system. I'll just go over a little bit of the hardware for those of you who may have older systems or you haven't seen the system before. This is kind of the lineup of the hardware. We start out with a Hub 8, which goes from 32 to 128 terabytes. That's the entry-level system. Our real workhorse product is a Hub 16 and Hub 24. They start at 64 and 96 terabytes and go all the way up to a half a petabyte. And when you connect those two systems together with an expansion, a Hub 32 or Hub 48, it can go up to 768 terabytes or up to a petabyte. So system scale very easily. You can add up to 3 expansions per head unit. We have multiple multi-petabyte systems out there in the world, and people are using them every day in their production environment. We do have a flash-based storage as well. It's called FlashPoint, and that comes in 24 or 48 drive configurations up to 368 terabytes. And recently, I think last year we first introduced it. We've continued to iterate on the different models we're offering, but we have something called Hub Vault. When people want really dense nearline solutions, we partnered with Seagate on what we call Hub Vault. It's taking their Core Vault solution and connecting it to our Hub 1 head unit or any hub that we offer, connecting it over 4 lanes of 12 gig SAS, and then that's your solution for nearline. So you can have this in your environment or you can have it separate, but this will be nearline storage for you, more dense. The Hub Vaults come from 1.68 petabytes up to 5 petabytes. So if you really need dense storage just for a bit bucket nearline, we have that offering as well. We can add flash expansions now. So we used to just have the FlashPoint main server. Now you can add flash to your existing storage. And we have Fast Tracker Edge, where you can run our Fast Tracker solution on a separate system if you don't have a hub of your own.
Does the flash be able to tiering, or is it just additional?
It depends on how you want to set it up. You can set up the FlashPoint as the head unit, and then you can have it expansion off that. But we don't move the data off automatically in a traditional tiering sense, no. But you can create a volume where that's using the fast SSD flash storage along with the lower cost hard drives, mechanical hard drives. And then when you are finished with that project, you can break the protection on that and free up the flash-based storage for your next project and keep all the material on mechanical hard drives. So that's what most people are doing with kind of that hybrid workflow. Fast cache, this is a drive. With every system you purchase, you get a fast cache drive. We sell them 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and 4 terabytes, but you can use any NVMe storage you want. We don't recommend just using a hard drive or some other storage you may have lying around. If you have NVMe storage, connect it to your local client, set up the fast cache setting on the client console, and you're ready to go. And we can talk about the 3 types of workflows in more details if you like. So the promotions we have going on right now in 2025 are the Fast Cache Starter Kit, which I just mentioned. Buy any system and you get 1 Fast Cache drive and training that we'll provide you, and then you can determine if this meets your needs, and you can purchase your own, or we can get you additional drives. We have Avid Nexus Trade Up. Certain models of Avid Nexus are going away, you may know, so we are trading them in fast and furiously. So if you have an old Nexus you want to get rid of, we give credit towards buying a new system. And we're also trying to get more people on Fast Tracker. So if you have a system or you're considering buying one, we will do training for free in 4-hour increments, the first 4 hours free for Fast Tracker training to get you up and running. That's the main part of my presentation. I wanted to leave some time for Q&A. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Anyone? Sure, go ahead.
So is the support side a subscription model? If I'm looking to purchase this platform, what's the...
Great question. So when you purchase a system, the first year of total care, which includes standard support, remote troubleshooting, and all hardware, is included for the first year. That's called total care. The drives, whether they're flash or the mechanical hard drives, are covered for 3 years, advanced replacement. After the first year, you can renew total care or you can just get standard support. Our standard support on every system we sell, our smallest one all the way up to multi-petabyte, is $1,990. So that's we try to keep our support prices low. Some of the competitive solutions out there are much higher, but we think it's important for people to have access to support, have access to the latest features and fixes from the download center. So as long as you have that basic support, you're good. And it is an annual contract, yes.
Can you purchase multi-year purchasing everything?
You can, of course. We'd be glad to do multi-years at a discount, yes. We'll do 5 years for the price of 4, typically, is what we do. But that can all be worked out with the sales team and your reseller. Question?
In the MAM, the underlying data store for the MAM, is that something that you can back up separately as well, or?
We do offer the ability to back up the database, and you can keep it on a separate storage system, yes. Yep. Any other questions? Well, thank you very much for this opportunity to speak to you today. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you so much.